All right, our next speaker is a youth engagement coordinator for Toronto Community Housing, and he channels his life lessons into empowering youth to speak for themselves in order to make change. Very good. Round of applause for Luis Eduardo Mexicano.
Good evening, everybody. I want to take a moment to thank the communities of Shoreham, Shendale, Lawrence Heights, and Tobermory for coming with us tonight. I am thrilled to introduce to you a young lady who has humbly fought to raise the visibility of her community, her culture, her peers, and her religion on a national level. I have had the privilege of knowing Munira Abukar since November 12, 2008, to be precise. I still recall going to a community meeting in Scarlet Woods Court, her community, and hearing this powerful, eloquent young sister of the hijab advocate passionately for her community. I was so moved that I emailed her that same night something to the effect of, "Salam, nice to meet you today. I'm going to need your help organizing the youth. Take care, let me know what grade you're in and what I can help you with." To which I received a prompt reply stating the following. I still have it, Munir. "Hey, Luis. Whoa, that was fast, LOL. I just came home and I saw this, LOOOL. It was good meeting you today, too. I'm currently in grade 11. It's not too hard, but yeah. I should introduce you to my older sister. She's in grade 12 and has amazing marks. I'm the average one." Ladies and gentlemen, this average one went on to win over a dozen awards and scholarships, national recognition in print, radio, and mainstream media, facilitate workshops at national conferences, become the youngest director to ever sit on a large municipal corporation in Canada, and most importantly, one of Korean pop music's biggest supporters in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, youth leaders of today and tomorrow, I would like you to take a moment to think of where you would like to be in 4 years. And while you do that, I would ask you to please give a thunderous applause to a sister that once upon a time was just the average one and went on to shine her brilliance to the world. Put your hands together for Munira Abukar!
I can't see anybody. But I'm going to use the time I've been allocated to really try and give thanks. 3 minutes really isn't enough to give a lifetime of thank yous to everybody out here in the audience that's had a personal impact on my life. And I'm going to have you delete those emails. Because that track record is not cool, man. To be honest with you, for me, Harmony really started out at an early age. I was born fourth of 9 amazing children to 2 wonderful and amazing parents who I cannot see in the audience, but I know are here somewhere. So for me, in early age, it was really trying to balance out the personas and really the dynamic personalities in my house. And I grew up in a community that was largely Somali. I am Somali and very proud of who I am. And I grew up in a largely Somali community, not realizing that outside the world, there was a disconnect of harmony and a disproportionate imbalance of power. And my first experience with this power was essentially growing up in high school and really starting to form a conscious thought of, oh, wait, I'm not in a position of power. Oh, wait, I really need to understand where my place in the world is and how I shape that place for future generations. And so I really like to thank my former high school. I know my teachers are sitting in the audience, and we now have a new principal who's amazing at that high school. But for me, the experience I had at the school with a particular teacher was not very friendly. And that, for me, was the moment in my life where I realized that there was an imbalance of power in the world and that I needed to, not personally, but really take a part in restoring harmony. And for me, harmony is the notion of one day having a future generation work and not having to count quotas, not having to count racialized bodies and to count minorities on your fingers and to really embrace the difference. When we went to the Canadian Race Relations Foundation in Halifax 2 weeks ago, we had a discussion on what it means to really accept and embrace difference. And we used this notion in Canada of tolerance. And tolerance for me, when I was brought up, was something used for an animal. You tolerate a pet, you tolerate a dog, you tolerate a cat. We don't tolerate people. We embrace and celebrate people and their difference. We celebrate it. And that's really the forefront of my work. I mean, City Leaders was mentioned up here earlier, and I actually had an amazing experience with City Leaders. I was in the recent cohort, not the last, because there's now a new cohort. I'm totally jealous. But I was a part of City Leaders, and really having the experience of joining so many different circles and being embraced and celebrated by so many different people for me is life-changing. I mean, I could stand up here and take credit for the accomplishments I've done, but they're not individual accomplishments. I mean, the driving force behind me has been from so many different circles, and I'm so grateful to my parents, to my siblings, to the friends and family I've made. My adopted brother here, Mom will testify to that. But I'm really thankful, and I'm thankful for the Harmony movement. I know Sian has done an amazing job coordinating with me, and I've met Chuck personally, and I really want to thank you guys for giving me this award. I'm honored beyond words, so I'll just be silent now. But thank you.